Are we
Okay, I think
live?
we're good.
Right now, Peter.
Okay, perfect.
Great. Thank all of you for being here. We hope you had a great, wonderful weekend. We are so excited to have our very last closing speaker with us, Laura, here today, and then to announce all of the awards that I'm sure you're all waiting for. So as a little recap, we hope that you had a great time at all of our workshops and all of our talks. If you ever want to go back and refresh your memory on anything that you learned this weekend, they will all be up on our YouTube channel. And yeah, as always, we welcome all the feedback that you might have. There is a feedback form on our hacker guide. Please feel free to use that and tell us what you thought about this weekend. We do this every single year. So hopefully you'll come back next year and hopefully this will be in real life.
Yeah, and again, like Michelle said, we really want to reiterate, this was our first time doing virtual HackDuke, so we know that we definitely had some blunders, but we hope that you still got to have a really fun weekend and really open to feedback because we just want to continue to make HackDuke the best possible for all of you. So with that said, I'm super excited to announce our closing keynote speaker, Laura Kogler, who is the Director of Engineering at Code for America. And then a little bit about her before we hand it over. Like I said, Laura is the Director of Engineering at Code for America. And before working at Code for America, she was an engineering manager at Pivotal Labs, where she helped clients from small startups to large enterprises deliver high-quality software using agile and user-centered processes. She has a PhD in physics from UC Berkeley, but left academia to pursue work that has a more tangible impact in people's lives. And we're super excited to welcome Laura to HackDuke, so feel free to take it away.
Yeah, thank you for that introduction. And I'm going to try and share my screen now. Let's see how that goes. Okay, looks good. All right, well, yeah, thank you. I'm so happy to be here today and to get a chance to chat with you all for a bit. So, like was mentioned, I work at a company called Code for America, and Code for America is a 10-year-old nonprofit organization that aims to transform how government delivers services in the digital age. We partner with governments to strengthen the delivery of public services through user-centered technology. At Code for America, we believe that the two biggest levers for improving people's lives at scale are technology and government. To illustrate that point, we can look at the sheer scale at which government operates. In a typical year, government spends about $500 billion on the safety net. In 2020, it was actually much higher. In comparison, the charitable sector spends $50 billion. So that means that if we can make that $500 billion work even 10% better, we can have an impact the size of the entire charitable sector. There's an enormous opportunity here to improve how government services are administered and improve the outcomes we get for those dollars. At Code for America, we start with the government services that help people meet their basic needs, things like food, healthcare, cash, jobs, and housing. We have programs focused on expanding the social safety net, shrinking the inequalities caused by the criminal justice system, and providing cash support to people through flexible tax credits. Many people in America are struggling right now. This was true before the pandemic, but since COVID hit, the problems have only compounded. This is Lenny Jane and her family. They were early clients of our Get CalFresh service, which is an online application for food assistance in California. Both she and her husband were battling cancer while raising 3 kids. Our safety network is focused on making government work for folks in situations like this, so that they can easily get and maintain the assistance they need to put food on the table while keeping up with their bills during a time of crisis. Unfortunately, government safety net assistance is not always easy for people to access. In many cases, there's a maze of paperwork and interviews that holds people back. This safety net client told us that between 2 jobs and taking care of her kids, she doesn't have enough time to complete those complicated processes. She wishes she could apply for all the programs that she needs at the same time without having to reach out for help every step along the way. At Code for America, we want to break down these barriers and work towards a just and equitable society where everyone has what they need to take care of themselves and their families. We believe that government services can be better than this. They can be simple, accessible, and easy to use. That outcomes can be measurably better, and that better can actually cost less. And perhaps most importantly, we believe that government can and must serve everyone with respect and dignity. But how? At Code for America, we call this vision delivery-driven government. We have 5 principles that we use to guide our work and which we encourage governments to adopt at every level in order to become delivery-driven. The 5 principles are: build equitable systems, put people first, inform with evidence, empower for action, and improve continuously. The first principle is important because it's a statement of values. As I mentioned earlier, government and technology are 2 incredibly powerful tools, but like all tools, they have no intrinsic values. They can be used for whatever purpose you put them to. Government can be used to uplift or to oppress. The news is full of examples of technology being used for questionable ends, disseminating misinformation, violations of privacy, unfair labor practices. Many people these days are highly skeptical of the tech industry, and rightly so. And we know that inequities in government go all the way back to before our country's founding. In government service delivery, there are significant disparate outcomes based on factors like race, gender, and socioeconomic status. But these inefficiencies don't hit everyone. For example, as I mentioned before, there are a lot of inefficiencies in accessing government services, but these inefficiencies don't hit everyone equally. If you have a flexible job that provides paid time off, it might be no big deal if you have to go to the DMV during business hours and wait in line. But for someone who doesn't have that advantage, it could be an insurmountable hurdle. So when we say build equitable systems, we're saying that government services should have outcomes that are just and equitable. Governments should design, build, and operate systems with the full intention of reducing inequality. We can do this by analyzing and understanding the deeply entrenched inequalities in the systems in which we work, ensuring that people with lived experience are at the table and have a voice in service design and delivery, empowering staff to raise issues and even stop processes when they're deepening inequalities or doing harm, setting universal goals but employing targeted strategies aimed at advancing equity, and explicitly setting goals and measuring progress towards more equitable outcomes. Government must be responsive to the people that it serves. This means it has to be accessible, available, simple, interactive, and human. Government decision makers must develop a deep understanding of the needs of the people that government serves and prioritize those needs over all else. Government services should solve a complete problem for people and meet them where they are in life. We can do this by conducting qualitative research to deeply understand the needs of the people who use public services, ensuring the services we deliver are accessible to all, focusing on public outcomes over outputs and compliance, providing outstanding and dignified support to clients as they navigate public services, including the public community in the design and implementation of services through clients, community-based organizations, and more. A government focused on delivery is a government that empowers people to deliver. Empowerment comes in many forms, providing modern tools, enabling decision-making by individuals and teams, trusting employees over creating layers of validation, and staffing teams with policy and implementation at the same table. Build the belief that better is possible, a mindset of curiosity, and the support structures that will get you and your team there. We can do this by creating clear decision-making structures and empowering project owners, streamlining workflows and providing effective tools, building interdisciplinary teams who work together frequently and communicate openly, hiring effectively and giving staff members opportunities for growth, structuring organizations around service delivery rather than cost centers, ensuring procurement processes are fast, outcome-focused, and enable iterative approaches, and fostering an environment where morale is high because people feel empowered and understand the impact of their work. This principle is really about data-driven decision-making. Decisions made in government have serious effects. It's important that those decisions are informed by data and evidence that reflect both short-term and long-term impact. Having actionable information is important for every public servant, and building in measurement and instrumentation needs to be as prioritized as the delivery of the service itself. Some of the ways that we can do this include collecting high-quality, timely, and actionable data, democratizing access to data for public servants at all levels and for the public, automating data collection and reporting to reduce the need for constant manual intervention, ensuring a focus on metrics that align with client outcomes, fostering a culture of data where analysis and review is part of service decisions and occurs at all levels, and extending data collection and analysis to include a long-term view of a service's impact. Finally, products and services are never finished, only improved. The same can be said about policy. Course correct over time by starting small, learning from deliberate experimentation, and building up to big changes. Improve services on an ongoing basis and iterate on the implementation of policy from the start. Favor progress and working services over perfect or complete projects. The core concept behind almost all continuous improvement strategies is feedback loops. It's all about creating the shortest feedback loops possible to understand the impact of changes you make and adjusting course based on what you find out. This allows you to respond to changing needs in an agile way. Most of the strategies on the following slide have feedback loops at their heart, including deploying feedback mechanisms to understand how changes affect people, focusing on a regular delivery cadence, enabling services to be proactively implemented based on what we learned from our feedback mechanisms, launching services quickly and starting as small as possible to enable rapid learning and improvement, fostering a culture where incidents are treated as learning opportunities and problem resolution is focused on organizational improvement, reusing work with common platforms and foundations that exist in the organization rather than reinventing the wheel, and extending the culture of continuous improvement to policy so that policy is regularly updated using feedback derived from the delivery of services. Now I'd like to walk you through an example of how these principles play out in our work in a project called Get Your Refund. In 2017, the EITC delivered $65 billion to 27 million households. It's the largest government benefit for workers, a tax credit for people with earned income. Along with SNAP, or food stamps, it's one of the two most effective anti-poverty programs in the United States. However, there's still a lot of money left on the table. Nationally, low-income households are missing out on $10 billion. That's an average of $1,300 for families in the participation gap. If your income is below a certain amount, you're not legally required to file taxes. So many people don't file, not realizing that they may be missing out on a big refund. Some people don't file because it's confusing, or they're afraid of doing it wrong, and it's hard to find affordable and trustworthy help. Many people stop filing after a difficult life event, like Trish, who we met in our initial research with people who were eligible for the EITC, but not filing. When we first met Trish, she hadn't filed for 2 years after her divorce. After meeting with us, Trish filed her taxes for 2018 and received $9,000 between the EITC and other tax credits. She was shocked by how much money she got back. She had never heard of the EITC before. This $9,000 is being invested right back into their family business. This is why we do the work with the Get Your Refund project. The IRS has a program to help people like Trish with their taxes. It's called VITA, or Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. If you're not familiar with it, VITA is an IRS program to train, certify, and fund free volunteer tax preparation for low-income households. Community organizations receive grants from the IRS to become VITA providers and host volunteers to provide services to clients. The IRS provides the handbook, policies, and procedures, certifies volunteers, and inspects sites to ensure compliance. Traditionally, VITA providers provide physical locations for tax prep clinics, but virtual options have been limited. So if people didn't have a VITA clinic nearby or couldn't go to the clinic during the hours that it was open, they were out of luck. That's why we built Get Your Refund. Get Your Refund is a fully digital tax assistance service in partnership with the IRS's VITA program. We wanted to take the trustworthy, free, thorough, and clarifying tax preparation services of VITA and make them more accessible by providing a simple, accessible, and easy-to-use digital service that connects tax filers with VITA's IRS-certified volunteers. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, there was a sudden increase in demand for Get Your Refund since the VITA sites were unable to operate in their traditional in-person clinics. Soon after, the CARES Act passed, providing up to $1,200 in stimulus payments to filers and their spouses, and an additional $500 per dependent, which meant that there was even more importance in helping people file taxes in order to access their stimulus payment. So since March, we've been working as hard as we can to scale up our service, with over $40 million in benefits claimed to date. So now let's take a look at how the delivery-driven government principles have played out on the Get Your Refund project. We recognize that we work within systems that have deep inequities built in. Our goal is to advance equity within these systems with our work. For Get Your Refund, that starts with our North Star goal, which is to close the EITC participation gap. This ensures a focus on people who are EITC eligible, but have not been filing taxes. This is a population that by definition is low income and underserved. People without a high school level education and Black and Latinx people are also overrepresented in this group. We also need to examine ways in which our service may fail to address inequities or even deepen them. For example, we know that simple mobile responsive web applications are more accessible to people with low income than most websites and native apps that are available today. And yet, we also need to be able to help people who don't have access to basic infrastructure like internet access or a bank account. That's why we've partnered with many CBOs across the country for outreach. We've implemented expansive nationwide digital outreach, but at the same time, we're working with partners to do targeted outreach in their communities, including physical flyers. We've also identified financial solutions for people without bank accounts that some of our VITA partners are already using effectively to help people get their payments faster. We're working to help make those solutions available to all of the VITA partners in our growing network. Putting people first starts with getting a real understanding of the needs of the people who will be using your service. For Get Your Refund, this goes back to 2019 when we were originally exploring the idea. We conducted qualitative research, interviewing dozens of potential clients. We attended VITA clinics and observed how clients and volunteers actually experienced the service. Our team members even took VITA training to become certified volunteers so they could truly experience helping people through the process of filing taxes and claiming credits manually before we ever wrote a line of code. Once you understand people's needs, you have to be able to meet them where they are, when their needs arise, and when they have the time and space to complete the task at hand. This is why digital services are so critical and why it's so important to have modern, high-quality digital infrastructure that's available 24/7, especially during a crisis. It's also important to invest in digital outreach methods like social and search. They help grow awareness and, when combined with simple mobile responsive forms, can help give people a timely reminder to use a service when they have time to do it. The service itself, of course, also needs to be accessible. The Get Your Refund application features simple, multilingual, plain language forms that are designed to reduce cognitive load, which is even more important in a stressful time when anxiety people are already feeling about tax filing is magnified by a dire need for cash support. Finally, it's also critical to offer responsive, multi-channel customer support. People desperately want to interact with a human being when they're navigating something as complex as filing taxes. Get Your Refund offers live chat and email support to help people answer questions in addition to the human tax preparation services we offer. Not only does customer support offer a better experience for clients, it's also a really valuable way to continuously learn about people's needs so you can improve the service over time. The qualitative data that we got from our research and client support interactions help us understand how people are experiencing the Get Your Refund service. We also collect lots of quantitative data to see how people are actually using the service. This helps us understand what messaging is most effective for outreach purposes, what questions people are getting stuck on in our digital application, and what steps in the process are creating the greatest barriers for people. For example, having ID cards and access to tax documents are a big issue for some people, and this is another thing that's been exacerbated by the pandemic. Our data shows the magnitude of these issues, gives us insights into ways the service might be redesigned to better address those barriers, and helps us advocate for policy changes that might help public services like VITA be more effective. Having rich real-time data on everything from outreach channels to web analytics also creates a tight feedback loop that enables experimentation. We can experiment with different outreach channels and messaging and tweaks to the website and our client support workflow. Because we have these tight feedback loops, we've built our systems with an eye towards continuous software delivery. We're able to make data-driven decisions and improve Get Your Refund every single day. We don't keep these insights from client support and data analytics to ourselves. We want to empower our government and CBO partners to take action to improve policy and operations as well. We've been in close touch with leaders at all of our VITA partner sites throughout the tax season to share what we're learning, and we learn a lot from them in return. We've also shared insights with the IRS to help aid their decision-making as they adapted virtual VITA regulations to work in a COVID-19 world, making allowances that would enable virtual VITA services like ours to be more effective. We've also put in the same effort to understand the experience of VITA volunteers who use Get Your Refund as we do for clients. We believe that public servants need to be equipped with high-quality tools in order to provide a high-quality service. We needed to scale Get Your Refund quickly this year, and in order to help us do that, we turned to Code for America's volunteer network called the Brigades. Empowering our brigade members to contribute with specific and actionable requests was key to our success in growing our VITA partnerships and tax prep volunteer capacity. Over 50 brigade members formed teams and played a major role in onboarding partners, developing training materials, and translating languages. Along the way, we made use of tight feedback loops, continuously using what we learned from user interviews, data, and partner feedback to improve the service. Our team uses a continuous delivery model to push out frequent, small changes to the application on a regular basis. We've also discussed the importance of including policy in this picture. It's not enough just to iterate on the website. We need real client experiences and outcomes to drive policy and operations, as well as digital service delivery. So I'll just close here by saying that this work is never done. Our overall aim in applying these principles is to create a public service that centers people and continuously evolves to meet their needs over time, advancing equity and leading to better service outcomes along the way. So I've shared a bit about Code for America's work and principles, but you may be wondering where to go from here. So I have a couple suggestions for ways you can get involved. The first is consider a career in public service. We need more people working at all levels of government who believe in the principles of delivery-driven government. More people like all of you who can bring fresh energy, fresh ideas, and the technical skills to bring our government fully into the digital age. We need a new generation of public servants with the creativity and vision to strive for change and the dedication to make sure no one falls through the cracks. There are many opportunities to make a difference working directly in government or in the broader ecosystem of public interest tech. There are digital service agencies like the US Digital Service and 18F, the Government Digital Service in the UK, and others at the state and city level. New vendors like Nava, AdHoc, Public Digital, and more, who take a similar user-centered, iterative, and data-driven approach to delivering government technology. There are policy-focused organizations, like our partners in the Clean Slate Initiative and the Economic Security Project. Community-based organizations, like the many food banks we collaborate with in California, and justice reform organizations. And many, many others, where you can build a career and make a positive impact. My second suggestion is volunteer your skills. The Code for America Brigade Network is a national network of community organizers and technologists who are putting technology to work for the benefit of our local communities. We currently have over 90 brigades and over 25,000 members across the country. There's even a brigade in Durham that you can check out. Or, for those of you in other parts of the country, I hope you will look up your nearest brigade. In 2020, the Brigade Network chose 4 priority action areas to focus their efforts. They will soon be kicking off the process to choose focus areas for 2021. This year, the action areas were rapid response, record clearance, voting rights, and court notifications. And because this year has been so shaped by the COVID-19 pandemic, which I'm sure has touched all of our lives in one way or another, I wanted to highlight some of the great work our brigades have done in the rapid response action area, including a food access map for Philadelphia residents in need of food assistance, an open source COVID impact model for hospitals, a tool for collecting and distributing PPE for healthcare workers, tools for managing mutual aid efforts and community supplies. And as I mentioned earlier, volunteers from our brigade network were instrumental in helping us scale up the work on Get Your Refund project to meet the challenges of COVID-19 this year. Our brigades have been hard at work around the country, helping their communities through this difficult time, and these are just a few examples of the work that they've done. Building a 21st century government that truly puts people first is generational work, and it will take all of us working together to make it a reality. I hope that this look into Code for America's approach has been helpful and that I've given you some ideas on how to continue your journey of coding for good. There's an amazing amount of talent and energy in this group today, and I can't wait to see the impact you all will make. And with that, I think I'm going to hand it back over to the organizers to tell us about the outcomes of the hackathon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Laura. I think it's pretty amazing to see the impact Code for America has had. And I especially really loved all of the actionable ways to get involved that you mentioned, because I know a lot of students are looking for ways to get involved in civic tech right now. So thank you so much for your words. And with that, I think we'll move on to what you all are definitely looking forward to, maybe a little bit nervous about. But Michelle, if you want to screen share whenever.
I'm waiting. I hit the button.
Okay,
there
awesome.
she is.
I think it's up. Perfect. So again, we just want to give a huge thank you to all of you. I think we got like 115 projects, which is insane. Thank you for spending your weekend with us, especially I think with COVID and everything right now, it just means a lot that you were willing to spend a weekend hacking with us. And so I think we're going to get started with our track prizes, and the very first track we're going to start with is our health track. So starting with our third place winner, our third place award goes to Ensemble. Congrats to y'all. And then second place goes to Kaizen. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And then first place goes to iSafe.
Woo.
And last but definitely not least, our first place, or not first place, our best beginner health track award goes to Oxy Control. So congrats to all of the teams.
I wish this were live. This would be so much more fun.
I know.
But yeah, we hope you're having a good time like we are. The second track is education. I see some pogs in the chat. Love that. For third place, we have Gage. Congratulations. Solo carried the hackathon. Very impressive. In second place, we have Coral. And in first place, we have Sheraby. So congratulations to everybody. And our best beginner is universal language. So yay. You definitely should be really proud of what you've done. To reiterate a little bit of what Akshara said earlier, it's crazy to me that you guys would share this weekend with us, especially this late in the semester in December. But yeah, we hope you're happy with how this went. Can you hear her, JP? Oh.
We lost her. It's all right. We'll get her back. Nobody panic.
If she doesn't come back in the next minute, I can carry forward.
Hard carry us?
Oh, no. I have this like button held here. Like if I release, it's going to go to third place. What's the status?
I think it might be you, Michelle.
Yeah, let's go. It's fine. Energy and the environment, okay? Third place, we have conserve. Woo! Congratulations. Second place, we have eco-conscious tech. First place, we have sink saver. And for best beginner, we have plan your homestead. Another solo. Very good, very nice. Congratulations, everybody. Do we have Akshara back? Oh, no, we don't have her. That's unfortunate. That's okay. We can carry on with inequality. In third place, drum roll. Woo. Diversify your Spotify. Congratulations. In second place, we have charitable. Big team, congratulations. First place, we have guide dog. Woo. And for best beginner, we have food oasis. Love it.
Nice. I love that. I think I'm going to be next. Am I wrong?
I
All
believe
right.
so.
Super, super cool. Hey, you're spoiling it. Go back. Hold on. We got to build up some excitement here real quick for our MLH prizes. Everybody, first off, thank y'all for participating in HackDuke this year. It is hashtag Code for Good. It's been a really awesome event for sure, and all of y'all made really awesome projects. I've been blown away by the amount of projects that I was going over and judging. That's so much work put into them. As I'm going into these MLH prizes, I have a big favor to ask y'all. I need you to make some noise in the chat for me this whole time while we're going through the MLH prizes. I want y'all to be hooting and hollering, dropping pogs and dropping whatever the heck else you want to say as we're going through. Build up the excitement for everybody. So now let's go to our first winner. The domain.com prize, which is a domain.com backpack and a wireless portable charger, is going to Don't Be Racist.online, aka Team SPCH. Can you believe it? Congratulations, y'all. And our next prize that we're going to be going into is our Google Cloud prize. They're going to be winning a bag full of amazing Google swag, including socks and pillows and all kinds of other amazing stuff. And that's going to be going to the Remote University Experience. Can you believe it, everybody? Taking it home for the people back home. This team was really cool, by the way, because there was someone in Texas, there was someone in Maryland, Washington. They were all across the entire United States. It was great to see the coast-to-coast to Midwest teamwork going on there. Our next prize is going to two DigiKey prize winners. They're going to be winning a Grove Arduino starter kit, and it's going to be going to two amazing teams, which are OxyControl and SyncSaver. SyncSaver also won a prize previously as well. Can you believe the accomplishments that team has put in? Both these teams are awesome hardware projects. It was great to see. And our last second to last MLH prize winner. Sorry, I lied. Second to last MLH prize winner is going to be the Data Stacks Answer Prize going to Quizzo. Can you believe it, everybody? This app was really cool. It was a VR quiz thing. If you didn't see it, go on their dev post. They've got an amazing video showcasing their tech. It's incredible. And our last prize, the My Octocat, possibly the most coveted prize at any hackathon, nay, the whole world, is going to be going 2. Can you believe it? Sushri over on Twitter with this amazing art of the Octocat hanging out in the Code for Good logo, playing in the ball pits. It was amazing to see all of the amazing artwork that you put in this weekend. There were so many really, really cute Twitter Octocat drawings. Then thanks again, everybody. That's going to be it from the MLH corner of this closing ceremony. I'm going to pass it back to, I think, Michelle's or Akshaya, one or the other, to do the rest of our prizes here at Duke.
Stiffy, that was incredible. Oh, she's back. She's back.
Okay, yes. Cool. Also, wait, I was going to say I love... You go. Yeah.
I want to say one thing. I saw someone in chat say, "Can this guy stream my wedding for me?" And I'm
a cheap streamer. You can pay me $5. I'll do your wedding for sure.
I was going to say I'm thankful. I feel like JP has twice the amount of energy of me and Michelle combined, but we're so grateful for it. So thank you so much, JP, and thank you to MLH for all of your help and support throughout the weekend. So I think we have 2 more projects, or I keep saying projects, 2 more prizes left. If you want to go to the next slide. Cool. Oh, that kind of spoiled it. But our winner for the Duke Innovation Studio Next Big Innovation Award is Ketchup. Love the name. Love the fact that the font's in red. So congrats to the team there. The Innovation Studio prize is super, super cool. So looking forward to seeing how y'all do with that.
Cool. And I believe the next award is the Echo AR. I'm not really sure either. So we're all going to find out right now. Yeah, it's the best use of Echo AR, and this goes to selfloving.us. Congratulations. I think I saw this one. Very creative, really cool. And
oh yeah. So basically the Wolfram Top 30 Award, we didn't necessarily think it'd be the best use of time to talk through all these 30 teams that won this, but if you won this, you'll be receiving an email from us probably tonight or tomorrow. So look forward to that.
Can I say one more thing? I just remembered. Everybody who won an MLH prize, just a reminder, can you shoot me a DM on Discord so I don't forget? I'm in the Discord. I'm just JP from MLH. I need you all to fill out a quick form so we can ship you out your prizes. I should be getting in touch with you, but we just want to make sure all your teams fill out that form. Cool? That's it.
Love it. And I actually believe that is it. So this slide really is just to thank everybody who's had any part in planning this event. This has been a whirlwind of a weekend. And yeah, I think Akshar and I are just really, really thankful to our team, to our speakers, to all of our mentors, to all of our sponsors, to Duke INE, to Duke Pratt, and of course, to all of you who decided to show up in code for an entire weekend in December, when you might have finals, when I know for us, we're actually out of school already for Duke. So yeah, we were really, really impressed with all the work you put in, and thank you guys so much.
Yeah, I really just want to stress, like, huge thank you to our entire team. Like, you probably only really saw our faces, but without the help of our amazing team, like, we could not have pulled this event off. So huge thank you to our lovely team. And huge thank you to all of you, to MLH, to all our sponsors for coming out and just making our weekend a little bit brighter. So, yeah,
also,
with that,
I'm going to be rude and say huge thank you to Michelle. And I'm so sorry. Your name is somewhere in my brain and it's getting lost in translation halfway across the way to a cerebellum. Is it Akshaya? Am I horribly wrong?
Akshara.
I'm close. Akshara. Michelle and Akshara, because your name is HackDuke on this. You're cheating. Thank you so much for organizing HackDuke. You're both awesome. Everybody give them huge shout outs in the chat for sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up. If you missed sessions, feel free to check out our YouTube. We'll plug it again in the chat. But have an amazing rest of your Sunday. And thanks for such a great weekend. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.